Hello everyone, it's me, Juan Gamer54, back in the video. Today, we are back. And let's just be honest, we have a lot to go through. I'm looking at my list, I'm checking it twice, and god dang. We got like 8 videos that I have not gotten to, so you know what? We're just gonna cut through the chase. We are gonna be reacting to Alex Bale, Gamma Jack is Jack Jack. And I'm like, what? I'm sorry. Because, yes, I have seen that Gamma Jack has been popularized as of late. Though, because of those DVD extras with The Incredibles. And god dang, someone gotta put Gamma Jack away, bro. But anyways, we're gonna be reacting to this video. It's a very short video, so we're just gonna see. Let's do this. Bro, it's crazy how Syndrome was literally responsible of basically sending all these superheroes to the gulag. Even Gamma Jack. Like, what? Bruh, Incredibles was literally top of its game, man. Like, I don't think I ever. Like, seriously, like, the first Incredibles can never be beat. They tried it with the sequel, and we all know how that went. Alright, that's enough pausing. Let's go.
What if I told you that this is actually Jack Jack from the future?
How?
Gamma Jack is a character from The Incredibles that we see only for a few seconds. He is one of the many superheroes Syndrome killed as a part of Operation Kronos, and at first glance, he just kind of seems like a throwaway filler character. But if you look in The Incredibles DVD extras, you'll find a bunch of files full of information about all of these deceased heroes, including their powers, personality traits, and even audio clips of them talking.
I'm a man of culture, a man of passion, and I would say a man of humor, which is not widely known.
But Gamma Jack's file is a bit different than the other heroes. He is one of the most powerful supers in this franchise,
7.9.
with extremely dangerous radiation powers and a very disturbing personality.
Part of my job is to prioritize which villains I'm going to combat. The real kicker is I get these dames, man, these dame villains, and they got the curves and the hair and the big eyes, and boy, those ones, they're really, really hard to kill.
He's the only hero who outright kills people, and when it comes to saving people, he always prioritizes attractive women first.
You know,
oh, nah. My man's a womanizer. And he actually sends villains to the gulag. Batman, get your contingency plans.
Look around, I see if there's any good-looking women who need to be rescued immediately, and then I sort of start from there and work my way down the list. You know, if you've got Tubby Joe Schmo over there with a laser pointed at his head, he might have to wait in line a little while.
Dang.
He is tyrannical and megalomaniacal, and even believes people with superpowers are a superior race. Gamma Jack is like a straight-up villain. He's basically the Incredibles version of Homelander, and a lot of people have been making videos about him recently.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Gamma, I don't know what happened, but the Incredibles are getting the original Incredibles are being talked about, and it is so great. Okay, literally, I had to literally watch the Incredibles the first, like I had to rewatch it again, and I was like, dang, man. But hey, if you guys want me to react to like the whole CDs, if you guys want me to react to like the extra files, we can if you want to, but you gotta give this video a like. Maybe 100 likes. Maybe 100 likes if that's not too much to ask, and we can probably do that. All right, now we can finally just get to the video. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just excited. I'm back.
But I think I've discovered something that nobody else has yet. What if Gamma Jack isn't just some background character? What if he's someone who's been hiding in plain sight all of this time? I believe that Gamma Jack is actually Jack Jack from the future.
How?
I know that sounds like a big stretch. At first glance, these two characters seem nothing alike, both in their powers and personality.
Looks normal to me.
I mean, how could I possibly claim that sweet, adorable Jack Jack is actually a tyrannical super supremacist? Well, just stick with me, because I guarantee that this will be the most compelling, believable Incredibles theory you will ever hear.
All right.
You're going to be blown away by how well all of this lines up. This is the Gamma Jack Jack theory.
Ha, I get it. All right. Oh, come on!
The Gamma Jack Jack theory.
Alex Bale never disappoints with these videos, man. And I know he also made a
This all
Teletubby one.
started when
Oh,
I
my
noticed
apologies.
a couple strange similarities between these two characters. Obviously, they are both named Jack, and they are both extremely powerful supers. There's also maybe a passing resemblance, with both of them having a similar mask, and their hair ending in a single sharp point. But I didn't really start to take this seriously until I started comparing Gamma Jack's file to Jack Jack. Gamma Jack is described as a picky eater, which is probably one of Jack Jack's most defining traits. Literally, Jack Jack's first scene is Helen struggling to get him to eat, and a large part of the Incredibles 2 plot revolves around Jack Jack only wanting to eat cookies and throwing a massive tantrum when he doesn't get them.
Obviously, I can't keep giving him cookies.
Jack Jack is an extremely picky eater.
Yeah.
Gamma Jack is also described as a favorite of the ladies, which I think you can also apply to Jack Jack.
Oh, come on. That's not fair. He's a baby.
Babysitting this one, I do for free.
All of the women
You gotta
who
be
take care
very
of Jack
cold if
Jack
you don't like a
literally
baby.
adore him.
He just stayed up all night making sure you look fabulous in your mini dress.
He is definitely a favorite of these ladies. Okay, but what about tyrannical and megalomaniacal impulses? Well, doesn't that kind of sound like how Jack Jack is constantly and impulsively throwing violent tantrums?
Combustion imminent? What does that mean?
It means fire, Robert.
Even when Jack Jack fights someone, he seems to always go for the kill, just like Gamma Jack.
Again, that's not fair. He's a baby. He don't know how to do things.
I mean,
Oh my
he did
god.
kind of indirectly kill Syndrome. Okay, so there are some surprises.
Okay, first of all, Syndrome set himself up for failure. Okay, Edna really said no capes, and we finally figure out why. But go on.
Similarities here, but let's address the elephant in the room. Gamma Jack is an adult who died in the past, and Jack Jack is obviously a baby in the present. For this to work, there would need to be some kind of time travel involved.
Yeah.
And while Jack Jack is an extremely powerful super with many different reality warping powers, we never actually see him do anything that resembles time travel.
Yeah.
The closest we maybe get is his weird ability to travel between dimensions.
What the? Cookie. Cha-Cha want a cookie?
Wow! He can still hear you
From the other dimension, yeah.
Poor Bob. He going
Except,
through it in
I
Incredibles
think there
2.
might be more to this dimensional power than we think. In The Incredibles 2, Edna creates a device that can help track and manage Jack Jack's powers, and it can even be used to help find Jack Jack when he moves into the other dimension.
He vanished!
Okay, good. Use the thing. See that? That's the current readout. Click it. See the readout? Dimension 4. So where is it?
Dimension 4.
But if you look closely, you'll see that the device
4D.
labels Jack Jack's dimension as 4D, as in the fourth dimension, a dimension that is commonly accepted to represent time, meaning when Jack Jack is warping through dimensions, he is
Hold on. No, I'm sorry for so much pausing, guys. I'm sorry.
commonly accepted to represent time, meaning when Jack
Editors note the Disney Plus version of Incredibles will replace 4D with Dimension 4 for some reason. It still likely referenced the well-known temporal fourth dimension.
Jack is warping through dimensions, he is actually traveling through time. Okay, so Jack Jack could have traveled back in time and became Gamma Jack.
Yeah.
But here's another big issue with this theory. If they're supposed to be the same person, then why are their powers different? Maybe you could argue Jack Jack has some radiation-based powers, but Gamma Jack definitely doesn't have Jack Jack's many reality warping god powers.
You might as well just call Jack Jack an Omega level mutant at this point. I'm telling you, if Jack Jack was an... Oh, come on! As I was saying, if Jack Jack was ever a character in Marvel's X-Men, I feel like you can very much say that Jack Jack was going to be an Omega level mutant because ain't no way this man gets all these powers. All powers. What happened there?
And yes, that is true, but listen to how Edna talks about Jack Jack's powers.
Okay.
Like all babies, he has enormous potential. It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young, but this little one has many.
It is not unknown for supers to have more than one power when young. She talks
Okay.
about it like all super babies can have multiple powers when they're young, but eventually they all grow up and narrow it down to just one or two.
Okay.
Director Brad Bird has also made similar comments about how Jack Jack's powers are because of the unlimited potential he has as a baby.
Babies are unknown, so they could be nothing, they could be everything. You don't know. Every single one of them is up for grabs of what they're going to become. They could become a leader of the free world or a bagman. Maybe both. I don't know.
Maybe
Okay.
Jack Jack having so many powers is kind of unusual, but there is a precedent that he could lose most of his powers. In fact, this explains why Jack Jack would be living in the past under a new identity. Maybe Jack Jack traveled back in time and then lost his ability to time travel, making him stuck in the past forever. This also
Okay.
lines up with a deleted flashback scene from the first Incredibles, where we can see Gamma Jack was close friends with Mr. Incredible and Frozone.
Although he tried to hide his powers, a few of us had heard about them and approached him. Had to talk him into becoming a superhero. We had a club. The first club that wanted him to join.
It makes sense if Jack
And also now looking at it, I mean like shoot, I mean like you can't tell me this is a tyrannical ruler who thinks that supers are superior race. Look, he's got his hand up all giddy giddy like he's a childlike person. Like what the heck? What the heck? And also why you had to take Also I heard that Incredibles 2 had like a deleted scene, like, Bob Parr standing in front of everyone, doing a memorial speech for all the fallen heroes. I don't know why they got rid of that, man. Really, we waited many years for Incredibles 2, and it's just like, no one's even talking about it anymore. Like, literally, the first Incredibles is getting more talked and more love than Incredibles 2. Wrap your heads around that. We waited a whole decade's worth for Incredibles 2, and it just down the drain.
Jack is trapped in the past, he'd probably want to be close to his dad and Uncle Lucius, even if he can't tell them who he really is. Okay, but does Jack Jack actually have Gamma Jack's powers? I mean, maybe his fire or laser powers are kind of similar, but is that really the same thing as having radiation powers? Well, let's take a look at what Gamma Jack's powers actually are.
Okay.
Kyle's description is pretty vague, but based on his name and logo, I'm gonna assume his powers
From the
involve
Incredibles Lego
specifically
game.
gamma radiation, which is a form of high-energy electromagnetic radiation.
Okay.
And guess what? We are told by Edna that one of Jack Jack's powers is specifically electromagnetism.
Oh.
Electromagnetism.
Gamma Jack's powers are based on electromagnetic radiation. Jack Jack has electromagnetism powers. They could have given Gamma Jack any form of radiation powers, but they specifically chose the type of radiation that Jack Jack can control because they are the same person.
Dang.
So if you consider the Lego tie-in video games to be canon, we do see that Gamma Jack has the power of flight and specifically green lasers, which is also the exact same as Jack Jack's.
Dang.
Do I even need to keep going at this point? Gamma Jack is Jack Jack. This has to be intentional. Okay, so these characters line up really, really well.
Yeah.
To the point where I don't think that this is a coincidence anymore.
Coincidence? I think not.
Ha!
There is still
But there's still a problem. Like, why would... It's like, what happens now that Gamma Jack is... If Gamma Jack is Jack Jack, what does that mean when Gamma Jack supposedly gets sent to the gulag by Syndrome? Like, what does that entail? I mean, like... So it's like a paradox? Is Jack Jack now like a loop? Is he like, I don't know, like... what does that mean ever since, like, Jack Jack got sent to the gulag? If Gamma Jack and Jack Jack are the same person, what does that mean when Syndrome ends him with the Omni Droid?
One final issue with this theory. Why would Jack Jack, a sweet, adorable baby with two loving parents with good values, grow up to believe that supers are a superior race? Like, that kind of feels like the last thing Jack Jack would ever believe. I mean, Helen even goes out of her way to tell her kids that having powers doesn't make you
Maybe he comes from a bad
We
timeline?
said our powers were nothing to be ashamed of. Our powers made us special. Everyone's special, Dash.
Maybe Bob is a little more enthusiastic about superpowers, but he would definitely never call them a superior race. I mean, that is just unambiguously next-level discrimination.
And
Where the
Homelander.
hell would Jack Jack possibly get this insane idea from?
I used to design for gods. You are a tiny god. They are lucky to be in your presence.
No.
Edna Mode believes that supers are gods, that they are above normal humans. She says it all the time, and she even seems disgusted by non-supers.
Supermodels. Nothing super about them. Spoiled, stupid little stick figures with poofy lips who think only about themselves. I used to design for gods.
Okay, sure.
Oh
She
no.
Jack one time. How much could she possibly have rubbed off on him?
Yes, you are a tiny god. The room is yours. They are
No! Edna, what have you done? You made the
Literally
second
after
coming of Homelander.
With Edna, Jack Jack starts acting exactly like her. Exactly like Gamma Jack.
These people are lucky to share the city with supers.
They are lucky to be in your presence.
No.
And then she offers to babysit him any time after this for free.
But babysitting this one, I do for free.
Holy shit, she is absolutely gonna mess this baby up.
No.
Well, there you go. I think this is a very strong case for Jack Jack eventually becoming Gamma Jack. Unfortunately, this does mean that Jack Jack will eventually be killed by one of Syndrome's robots. Maybe you could argue that's a good thing considering who he turns into. Or maybe
Dang.
he somehow faked his death. I don't know. It could be possible. I do think that there's
Wait.
something
Go back.
Holy
Go back.
shit, she is absolutely gonna mess this baby up.
God dang it, Edna Mode.
Well, there you go.
You made the
I
second
think
coming
this
of
is a very
Homelander.
strong case for Jack Jack eventually becoming Gamma Jack. Unfortunately, this does mean that Jack Jack will eventually be killed by one of Syndrome's robots. Maybe you could argue that's a good thing considering who he turns into. Or maybe he somehow faked his death. I don't know. It could be possible.
You can actually make a very strong case for Gamma Jack faking his death. It seems unlikely that a weaker version of Omnidroid would be able to kill someone so powerful, even if he didn't have all of Jack Jack's powers. Also, Bob was able to fool Syndrome into thinking he was terminated pretty easily. Depending on when Jack Jack got stuck in the past, he would most likely know about Gamma Jack died, so he could have had a foresight to avoid or fake his death. Gamma Jack's file says the National Super Agency is closely monitoring him because of his threat level, so he would have a motive to try and fake his death to get the NSA off his back. Honestly, that fits, to be honest. That kind of fits. And also, it's like, I'm pretty sure some of us already know this. I'm pretty sure either some people know about this, but they're planning to make an Incredibles 3, which, first off, why? You should have just left it with Incredibles 1 if Incredibles 2 was going to be bun, sesame seed. But I mean, like, I've been seeing a lot of people making videos that Gamma Jack could come back in movie 3, which, shoot, I mean, like, given the popularity of Gamma Jack, something tells me they're gonna look into it and say, oh yeah, we gotta make money off this. And why not? Superhero for superhero. I mean, like, shoot, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I mean, like, I can kind of see it, but I mean, like, at the same time, it's like, I don't know if the Incredibles are able to defeat Gamma Jack, especially if they're gonna go with this whole Gamma Jack is Jack Jack thing. But hey, man, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think Gamma Jack could be Jack Jack? And if he is, how could this play out in Incredibles 3? I don't know, man. I just feel like they really shouldn't do Incredibles 3, man. Just
I do think that there's something kind of interesting about Syndrome killing Jack-Jack, but then later baby Jack-Jack indirectly kills Syndrome, so it's kind of like this poetic time loop. The Incredibles 3 is coming out in 2028, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if it supports or debunks my theory. You know, even if this was intentional at one point, I do kind of doubt that they'll ever bring back this pretty obscure Gamma Jack character, but, you know, we'll see. Thank you for watching. If you like, no, even if
come
this
on,
was
I didn't see
intentional
that.
at one point, I do kind of doubt that they'll ever bring back this pretty obscure Gamma Jack character, but...
Come on, man. Gamma Jack is becoming popular. I mean, have you seen those incredible edits with him? He's right there.
You know, we'll see.
Dang it, man. If The Incredibles 3 debunks this theory, I'll make sure you find a way to still make it work, given that Jack-Jack has both cloning and shapeshifting powers. Gamma Jack could be one of Jack-Jack's clones that got stuck in the past and shapeshift to look like him. I'm keeping this headcanon alive no matter what, God. I mean... shoot, he could have, because shoot, maybe Gamma Jack be one of Jack-Jack's clones. I mean, like, shoot, I mean, I can see it happening. I mean, if that happens in the feeder, if this plot twist happens in the feeders, everyone's gonna be like, what?
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider checking out my other fan theories and subscribing. I've got other Pixar theories coming out at some point. I've got a really funny Cars theory with Mater coming out soon.
Oh, boy.
I will confirm that my next theory that's already kind of almost done is about Teletubbies.
Oh, no.
I've got a pretty interesting take on that I don't think anyone has come up with yet. Thank you to the
Oh, my bad.
Thank you to the patrons who support this.
All right, guys, that's going to be in the video. And, yeah, I don't know what to say after that. I mean, shoot, that's one video down and we got a lot more. And as you can tell, the Teletubbies video is also be coming up. But, hey, we're just going to see. I mean, we got a lot of other videos to do. So, yeah. All I will say is that thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like the video so I know you guys enjoy. Comment down below what do you guys think. If you guys are also wondering if I ever do the High School Musical theory, I mean, not the High School Musical, the Magic School Bus and the Pixar theory, don't worry. Those are coming out very shortly. Trying to squeeze in all that in there. And, oh yeah, don't forget, this is the month of Halloween, so please... Help a boy out and drop maybe some horror flicks. We might be reacting to the Walton Files if you're interested in that. But anyways, guys, this is JUAN Gamer 54 signing off.